What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing some Redbubble store reviews. As you guys know, I put up a post on the community tab of the channel, just kind of show you guys that. We put up a community post last night, so if you go over here to community, we created a post last night, or yesterday rather, showing to leave some reviews, some comments of your store. Now, the reason why, if you click on this, it says 12 comments here. All the comments are missing. I think this is some sort of glitch by YouTube, but I got to see the titles of the comments in the back end, and they actually all were in this section here where it says held for review. Guys, the reason why your comments are not showing up and they're held for review is because YouTube is detecting them as spam. If you add some sort of link, you're going to get spammed out. YouTube's not going to allow it. So from now on, I actually had to pick through them. I had no idea that they were here. I had to pick through them. But from now on, guys, if you're going to want to recommend your store to me, just say the name of your store instead of the link, because YouTube is going to look at that and it's going to add you as a spam link. So just FYI, that's why a lot of these links here go into the spam, because they're adding different links and YouTube doesn't allow that. So just FYI. So today, guys, we have a few stores we're going to review. We have this YARA design store. We have Jagnotic. We have Music Motivation. And we have YARA Gold. YARA Gold, I think she was the first one to comment on the post, and so let's go ahead and jump right in to all these stores. So something that I'm gonna recommend, guys, is for these posts, for these stores rather, you're gonna want to have a lot of designs. The fact is majority of us are, I don't want to say beginners or average, but if we really want to achieve some level of real success, I'm talking, $500, $600, $1,000 a month, something that is tangible. We're not talking about a sale here and there. We're talking about some sort of level that we could depend on for income. We're going to have some sort of motivation or push to get a lot of designs. And the thing about Redbubble is it's become a business, not a artist website. All right, and the reason why I want to say this, I just want to keep you guys in mind, is that there are a lot of artists out there, okay? But if you think about it, if you want to succeed from a business perspective, you're going to have to compete. And let's be honest, one artist can't sit there and draw a million things a day. It's just impossible. For example, if I'm an artist, this will literally take me like 8 hours. That's how bad of an artist I am. And this is a beautiful picture, by the way. This is we got to give credit. This is YARA Gold's store. So if you guys want to buy this design, you guys know where to get it. But my point here is that as Redbubble, guys, I'm not an artist, but that doesn't mean I can't succeed on Redbubble. So I want to keep that in mind. So even though Redbubble is marketed for artists, keep in mind you're a business person first when you're on Redbubble. You're not an artist. You're an artist second. You're a business person first. So, yes, it might take the element of passion out of it for some artists out there. However, like I said, we got to prioritize the income from a strategic point of view. All this art is great. On every single store, the art is great. We just have to figure out, okay, how can we make money as opposed to how can we be designers? Does that make sense? So that's just kind of my approach, and that's kind of the approach that I had when it came down to uploading 1,600 designs on the other store that you guys saw that generated over $6K in sales. And 2 of those months were over $1,000, and the other months were kind of low. When we actually boosted up the stock of that store, the inventory, the different products and the different designs, that's when we actually had a shot to do well. And so that's something I want to keep in mind. So every store here that has a low amount of designs, which is most of them except for this Music Motivation store, realize that the profit is in the numbers for this game. For Redbubble, it's hard to get like that one design like Illustrated Designs. For example, if you guys are familiar, on Redbubble, there's very few designs that sell a ton, right? What it really is, at least in my opinion, is that I get like a flurry of sales for each and every product, or close to each and every product. Now, obviously, not every product is going to sell, but there are some products that sell, 4 or 5 units. There's some products that sell 1 or 2, but it's diversified amongst the group. And that's kind of what Redbubble is, and that's something you want to keep in mind, is that even if you have one really good design, that's great, but it's not going to carry your business, right? So the first tip for all of these is at least 1,000 designs for everybody. YARA Gold, Music Motivation. By the way, Music Motivation doing great. Has over 300 plus designs. So that is huge. And they joined in November 2020. So they're doing a great job. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of commitment. Great job. Jagnotic, Jack, not Jack, something like that. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Jack, not Jack. But 42 designs. Great. Good work. 42 designs. That's really, really good. I actually really like some of the designs here. Very, very clever. But like I said, let's get it over to 1,000. Same thing. Arrow Designs here. Or Arrow Designs. Sorry if I pronounce your guy's name wrong. I apologize. But, you know, 1,000 designs or more. The next thing is what you'll notice is the more designs you're posting, the better your art is going to be. You're going to get a better fine-tuned idea. And by the way, when I say better art is going to be, I'm not talking about the actual art, okay? Like for me, I think this is a great piece of art, this image right here. I love that piece of art. It's you got a koala with the word zonked here. I love the colors. I just love the way this was all done. But when I say better, I mean just in the frame of more purchasable, right? When people look at your design, you want people to buy it. So for example, these pictures of these cute Asian girls or beautiful Asian girls here, the models, right? If you think about it, you got to think, okay, who's more likely to buy this? Okay? If I look at all of your store, I think these dogs have a great chance of being bought, these pictures, the chess pieces, right? Because people are extremely passionate about chess. People are extremely passionate about a Samoyed dog. But I don't know how many people are extremely passionate about these art pictures here. Now, there might be a market out there that I am personally not aware of. Obviously, I don't know everything, that really like these pictures and would buy them. And I would say they're great. I just don't know who would buy them, right? So all I'm saying is, from my perspective, is guys, when you create a piece of art, no matter what store you're on, all right, think about it this way. Who is most likely to purchase it? Something that I got to do is I got to give credit to the Music Motivation store here for keeping it in the niche, So if you look here, all of these different, or most of them, I wouldn't say, I think, at least I don't think so. Like maybe I'm reading into it wrong, like the plug, hip hop, street music. Okay. But the whole store is basically around one niche, and that's music. Which, great job, phenomenal job on that. And that's actually something I recommend, is that, guys, with my stores, and this is actually something I messed up at first, but now I keep it focused, this specific strategy, is that I like to diversify different accounts. So one account will have one niche, another account will have another niche, account 3 will have a different niche. And what I do is, if something happens to one of the accounts where the account gets deleted or suspended or whatever, it's okay, because I have 10 other accounts that I'm relying on for income. And speaking of accounts, I actually created another store yesterday night on Redbubble. And it's going to be all about animals, right? So I have one for quotes, I have one for animals, and we'll keep it going. And like I said, my goal by the end of 2022 is to create 10 new stores. So we're getting a little bit of a head start on that. But like I said, a huge plus for this store, in my opinion, is that it's all about one niche. If I'm a music fanatic, I can look through all these designs and I can say, okay, I'm a huge music fanatic. Let me go ahead and take a look at this stuff. Another huge benefit from this store is the specificity behind certain designs. I'll give you an example. So here is, you have the Texas logo, not logo, but the Texas silhouette here. You have support Texas. Here you have support Ohio, music. One over here says Florida. This is great because if somebody's searching for something just like this, like music artist Texas on Google, or music artist Florida, or Ohio music artist, anything like that, what's going to happen is Google gives you a chance, or you're going to have a chance to get picked up by Google for things like this. So things that are very specific like this, very, very good job. So anybody here who's on these stores, guys, and if you guys are watching this, what you want to do is think of things that will be searched for on Google. And you could use a keyword research tool to kind of show that. And like I said, for the course that's coming out, the Redbubble course that will be coming out soon, I actually have a whole module, a whole chapter in the course on finding keywords for your designs that help you get on Google. And the traffic that comes in will be from Google, not from Redbubble. And that's when you have more organic traffic to your Redbubble store than you do on Redbubble, which is a huge blessing. It will create a lot of sales for you because now you're bringing people into the Redbubble sphere who are never even Redbubble customers, right? You're relying on Google and not on Redbubble, which is a much better approach. The thing I also got to compliment this music store on, this shirt right here, Eat, Sleep, Make Dope Beats, Vibe, Repeat. There are a lot of shirts in this Eat, Sleep niche, right? And this is what I call a playoff. So a lot of the times when there's certain things, like if you guys remember, there were certain shirts that said keep calm and do this, or keep calm and do yoga, keep calm and pray, keep calm and etc., right? That's like a certain niche. It's a certain trend. It's a certain fad. There's another fad here, the Eat, Sleep fad, right? Maybe you guys are in a certain niche that's like dog walking or dogs. Eat, sleep, and walk dogs. Eat, sleep, and play basketball. You know, whatever niche you're in. But he found a way, or whoever, you know, I believe it was Shannon in the comments. He had this shirt here. It's a great shirt because it plays off on a certain niche, which is or a certain trend, which is another one of my tips is, guys, when you're creating these Redbubble stores, make sure you play off on certain ideas, right? Like there's a huge trend or a fad on Amazon where it's like I'm just a girl who likes, and then whatever it is, like I'm just a girl who likes anime, I'm just a girl who likes yoga, I'm just a girl who likes soccer, whatever. That's a trend that you can play off of and add it to your collection, right? So for example, here, this Jagnotic store, I'm just a girl who loves coffee, for example, because there's a lot of coffee shirts here, right? That's just another example. Now, let's go ahead and jump into this store here. It's called YARA Designs out of India. Shout out to India. The store, I see a few problems here. The first problem is, remember, you got to optimize your designs for the products that you're going to put as the thumbnail. So I went to your store, and all these designs here are your what referred to as your thumbnail posts, or what I call them as the thumbnail. Essentially, it's what's going to be shown to the public. For example, a product like this, no offense, it needs to be a little bit more taken care of. The image fits only like a quarter of the screen. You want to make it the whole screen. You want to make it a little bit less foggy, right? You want it to look a little more professional. And that's kind of a huge tip, right? Because you got to think about this logically, right? People are going to be willing to fork over money over hard work of income, right, that they receive, spending days at work. They're going to take their paycheck. They're going to give it to you. They at least want something back that is not only good quality, but looks good. For me, I don't see this as something that sells simply because, and it's not because of the design, but maybe it's because of the way it was placed on the pad here, on the mouse pad, right? So you want to keep that in mind, guys. When you have a Redbubble store, make sure it looks good on the products. Like I said, I've said this before, but it needs to be optimized. The actual the design needs to be optimized. Like, this is a great design here, in my opinion. I love this design. It looks good. It fits great. It looks tremendous. I would say it does look a little foggy, but, you know, overall, I think it was designed beautifully. I think, you did a good job with it. Now, is it $31 worth? I don't know about that, which is why I say try to think of stuff that's creative, right? Think of something, a little bit creative along the lines of that. But I'm sure there's, with the right people seeing your account, there's going to be people who are willing to buy something like that. Me personally, if you gave me the choice to choose between, let's say, this design and the other one, I'd personally choose this one. I think this one's more attractive. But, it just comes down to you and your choices. So that's just a little FYI there. Now, let's move on to the next store, Jagnotic. Not Jack, sorry. I don't know why I call it Jagnotic. I have no idea. Jack, not Jack. Shout out to Jack, not Jack, for just starting October 2021. And with already 42 designs. Shout out to you. I'm sure you're going to be doing amazing on Redbubble. I'm sure you got maybe sales already. Who knows? But doing great. I mean, these designs are great. They're professional. They look great. Not too much negative I could say here. The only thing I would say is improve this banner, change it up. Even though it does look clean, it looks like a clean banner, you know, the fact that Redbubble gave you this real estate here on the website, use it. You know, do something with it. Something I gotta say for the music motivation store is they used every inch of their banner here. I mean, it just looks tremendous, right? And then you got a little contact me section with their email. It just looks phenomenal. I think they did a great job with this, and I think that's something you could do too. And I would say, you know, don't try to replicate somebody. Like, for example, don't just try to copy Music Motivation. Go to other stores and see kind of to get more ideas, to get more inspiration out of what you did, and to get more motivation to see, you know, what are different good ideas, things that I can incorporate with my banner. For me, I kept my banner pretty subtle, pretty normal, but I do intend on improving it. And by no means, guys, is my store perfect. So don't model, you know, your stuff over my store because I'm just learning. I'm new to a specific niche, right? So like the store that I have with the quotes, guys, I'm new to that niche. I'm new to understanding what people truly want. And I'll learn more as I make more sales throughout time. So that first sale that I got within 18 hours, that was a great sale, but we got to learn more. We can't just stop there. We got to learn constantly. Something that I'll say that's a little bit different about this store is the niches are a little bit all over the place. We got here some jack-o'-lanterns. We got something about pizza here, burgers, coffee. I would say if this was me, and the pizza, the coffee, the burgers, that kind of concept works, I would just do that with all other foods on the market, right? Burgers, donuts. I would do that with every food. But what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't start mixing it up with other stuff, like the Halloween stuff, all that kind of stuff. I really wouldn't mix it. But overall, I think you did a tremendous job. These are great stuff going on here. You know, Fueled by Coffee, a tremendous shirt. I love this shirt. Fueled by Coffee. I don't personally drink coffee, but there are millions of people who do, and there's a million people who feel passionate enough to buy something like this or look like this. And at that point, it's just a matter of being seen on the Redbubble algorithm or by Google, which brings me into my next point, is t-shirts like this, guys, like Fueled by Coffee. You can make a million different coffee shirts. We can all agree. Fueled by Coffee, I love coffee, I'm just a girl who loves coffee, just a guy who loves coffee, I've been drinking coffee since I was 5, you know, all these different shirts about coffee. You can, what you could do is you can create a blog all on coffee. And then from that point, you know, people who obviously who take the time to even read a blog about coffee, they're gonna feel passionate enough to buy coffee, right? And so when you buy coffee, right, or excuse me, not buy coffee, but buy coffee merch, and you're going to link your coffee merch in that coffee blog into your own blog. Now, somebody might ask me, well, can I just go up to other blogs instead of writing my own blog and ask them to post my products, etc.? And I say, yeah, you could do that. You can request to have your products posted on their blog and all that. But ask yourself logically, who's going to do that for free for you? Who's going to do that without any cost, or you're just going to get something out of it? Nobody's really going to do that for you. That's why I say you have to own the assets. You have to go out there. You have to grab the bull by the horn. You got to do it yourself. But like I said, the blog is just an example. If you want to use Instagram bots, you can use the Instagram bots. The Instagram bots are very, very powerful to give you those good sales. You guys already know the deal with the Instagram bots. You go to igbots.org, and I'm personally recommending for now the Optimal bot. This is the bot right here. It contains the follow, the unfollow, and the like. And it's very flexible because you get to like posts on the like list, the follow lists. Just a lot you could do with this. Now, if you're on a budget, you could use other tools, of course, which are cheaper and they kind of function differently, but still, you still get something out of it. So that's just a little FYI there. And of course, guys, every store here, just keep in mind one thing, is that you have to remember, you got to ask yourself logically, even though this is my art and it looks tremendous, who is willing to buy this? Are people willing to buy this? And one quick way to know if people are willing to buy something is if there are similarities to it by other sellers. So for example, if I go here to this pizza shirt, it says my favorite color is pizza, right? I can copy this and I want to see if people, let's just leave it at here. My favorite color is, And if I copy this and I paste it here into the Redbubble section, notice how it autofills for me. The fact that it autofills for me means that there are people, right? There are people who are already searching for this. And Redbubble knows this, so they put out that content here publicly. And you can see here, there are 2,000 plus designs of, my favorite color being pizza. Okay? So the fact that you have something like that is a big win for your store. So great job on that, all right? Everybody, by the way, everybody here, tremendous designs, great job, great hard work. I would just say small changes can shift the momentum, all right? The next thing I would say, all right, let's go ahead and jump into the next story, YARA Gold. So YARA Gold is a great store. I see here total of 47 designs. It seems like a lot of them are these female pictures, which, great. Like I said, I just don't know how sellable that is. I would be very, very interested for the creators of YARA Gold to comment on this video and to say, if they've gotten a sale on these specific arts, the models, right? Number one, which one, and did they indeed get you the sales? Because for me, when I look from purely a business perspective, I would say the things that have the highest chance to get a sale is these dog pictures, and I would say maybe the Christmas stuff. But other than that, I would rank these photos last for sales aspect. Now, like I said, guys, that doesn't mean the art is bad, because it's not. You could see here, the art's phenomenal. It looks great. It looks beautiful. But the problem is you got to ask yourself, who's going to buy it, right? Like, let's take some demographics. Let's say a 14-year-old kid. Would he be wearing something like this? Probably not. Let's say a 14-year-old girl. Would she be wearing something like this? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a 14-year-old girl. Never been a 14-year-old girl. So I really wouldn't know. Let's talk a little bit older demographic. Let's say 20-year-olds. A 14-year-old guy maybe would wear something like this. I don't know. I can't really say. I know I wouldn't, no offense. I'm more likely to wear something like this with the elves, for sure. Or even, where's the other one here? This Merry Christmas one. I really like this one, which is, I think it's a big win. I think it's really good looking. I think the art on it is tremendous. And I think this is a hit right here for me. And if you promote something like this on Instagram to the right audience, maybe a little bit older of a demographic, people who are like real Christmas fanatics, this would go great on a t-shirt. I could just picture this on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Looks tremendous. And something that I would say is, don't be afraid to put your headline photos as more than just stickers. I think, in my opinion, when I think of it, like, I would much rather buy this on a t-shirt than a sticker. And guess what? If I do, you get more commission, you get more money on that, right? The chess. And once again, try not to mix the niches here. If you're going to be a Christmas store, be all just Christmas. Like, don't mix it with, the other photos. If you're going to sell pictures of these girls, the hand-drawn, like, beautiful black women, white women, Indian women, all that kind of stuff, that's great. Keep it just that. Now, me, guys, I keep in mind that when I'm diversifying and I'm putting content in every different store, I know that some stores are going to be better than others from a sales perspective. And that's not because of the art that I'm doing, but it's because of the demand that's out there in the world today. So, for example, there's going to be more demand out there for like a tiger shirt than for a shirt with a quote on it. That's just facts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play to my strengths, and I know one of my strengths is that I know how to work real hard. So I could do work in all different niches and benefit from all different niches, and that's just my opinion. So I think overall, a tremendous job on this. I'm just, like I said, curious for these designs. I want to know and by the way, shout out to YARA Gold for starting November 2021. I mean, great job. 47 designs, just started in November. I mean, you're on the right track. You're doing well. I can't wait to see by next year. By next year, I'm saying 10 grand. If you stay on this path, 10 grand you're going to make off this store. That's my guess. But just keep going hard, and you're doing amazing. Like, I can't even say, you're doing tremendous. The art here is amazing. And by the way, guys, just because you start the first month, don't necessarily expect sales the first month. You got to get your feet wet. You got to experience some stuff. You got to see what sells and what doesn't. Once you figure out what sells, make like 100 variations of what sells. Because that way, that means, you know, you're winning in one area, you get to win in so many different areas after that. So hopefully you guys like this review, and you know, you guys did overall a great job with this. You know, I'm really impressed. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.